The following podcast is brought to you by the Johners Podcasting Network, found exclusively at WrestlingWithJohners.com.
And welcome to another episode of Toilet Side Wrestling Talk. Today's guest hails from Detroit, Michigan, and began wrestling in 2017 when he trained at the House of Truth Wrestling School under Truth Martini. He's gone on to work for such promotions as Paradigm, MCPW, Ohio Wrestling Alliance, Metro Pro Wrestling, Black Wrestlers Matter, Extreme Intense Championship Wrestling, Absolute Intense Wrestling, Ohio Valley Wrestling, and I could go on. He's the current PPW Heavy Hitters Champion. He's also one half of the MCPW Tag Team Champions, along with Jack Price. Recently, PWI ranked him number 309 on their annual Top 500 Wrestlers list, and he shared the ring with the likes of Dre Jacobs, Mo Atlas, Cash Flow, Sean Tyler, Kevin Calloway, Alex Kane, and I could go on. So let's welcome today's guest, someone who's never taken the day off specifically to watch C-SPAN. I give you the Midwest's best-kept secret, Isaiah Broner. Hey, Isaiah, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you doing today?
I'm doing fine, thank you. Thank you for coming on. I appreciate it in the middle of the week.
No problem at all. No problem at all.
I almost had to postpone this because my son got tested positive for coronavirus today. And when we told him, he was crying hysterically that he was going to die. I'm like, no, you're good. Don't worry. That's not the big concern right now. Anyways, okay, this is an obvious stupid question, but so you're from Detroit, right?
Yes.
Okay. Is there any connection of your name and Isaiah Thomas?
No.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure. I mean, things would line up perfectly for that.
I've been asked that before, so.
Oh, okay. But I mean, it could be worse, that if someone is asking you. All right, so you grew up in I'm sorry, before I get to that, I was thinking about this when I was watching the highlights. How often do you shave your beard?
Not that often. Like I'll cut it down a little bit, depending on how long it gets. But it's usually at this length.
Okay.
So.
And is somebody monitoring this other than you? Like, can you do it yourself?
No, I have a barber do it.
A pro. Okay, good.
If I do it, it ain't gonna be here.
Yeah, totally. You may lose some friends. So were you like a Lions and Pistons and Tigers fan?
Like a Pistons fan, like the Lions. I learned a long time ago. Like, cause I don't trust the Lions. Like they'll start.
Yeah, totally.
They'll start off good, and then for the first half of the season, and they just quit like halfway through the season. So as soon as you get invested in them, they just fall off. So
I don't, and they don't win much on Thanksgiving either.
Nah.
It's like an exhibition for the other team.
I don't even watch them no more.
Yeah, I'm almost that way with the Bears. But is the Silverdome still there, or has that been demolished?
I believe they demolished it.
Okay.
I
Now,
about, I want to say about maybe 10 years or so.
I'm sure I can find video of it on YouTube.
Yeah, honestly, I'm not even sure. I believe demolished though.
And was that not in Detroit?
No, it was in Pontiac. That's about
Okay.
45 minutes away from Detroit.
And then Auburn Hills, how far is that from Detroit?
About the same. Probably like 30 minutes, 30 to 40 minutes.
Oh, that's not bad. That's what I would have to do to like get to the United Center, from where I was living in Chicago. Did you have like a large family presence in Detroit?
I do. Until I want to say probably like around like 5 to 7 years ago.
Okay.
Like all my brothers and sisters like moved out, so I got like family that moved down to Texas, and then I have a sister that moved to Georgia. The basis of us still is in Detroit, but they kind of out now.
Do people do they come back to Detroit for like the holidays or anything?
They do, but it's like.
Or is it more you going down there?
Yeah, like they come, like it's kind of like sporadic though. I don't think it's not more so for holidays. It's like they just pop up like, hey, I'm in the city. So
Is it true that what I've read that the reason they all moved away was because something you said that was offensive?
Probably.
That's what I thought. So, how many siblings did you have growing up?
I have 11 brothers and sisters.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's wow. Like your parents really went to work.
My dad. It was more so my dad than my mom. My mom has it's 3 of us from my mom, and the rest of my dad's kids.
Man, your dad must have had a great younger life. That sounds. So you grew up? Did you grow up with all 11 in one house, or was it just the 3 of you?
Just my mom's kids, and
are those your biological?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, they're all biological, but
yeah. My little brother and my sister that's right above, like my older sister that's right above me. I grew up with them, and I would see the others every now and then.
So your dad living with you?
Yeah, he was with us.
Okay.
So that was a cool thing for me.
Yeah, that's awesome. Admittedly, you're a pretty big dude right now. Were you big like when you were younger?
Yeah, for my size, yeah. I got like up until like want to say like first year of high school.
Oh wow.
Like I was this height like around 7th, 8th grade, and I stopped growing, so I'm like around 6'1".
Okay. That's a nice size. Size
wise, I've gotten bigger over the last couple of years. I've been around this size like the last couple of years.
Were you into like weightlifting and stuff, like even like in high school or anything?
I got into it. I started with lifting weights. I want to say I was like around 13, playing football.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so playing football, I started doing it, and then first year of college, like that's when I really got heavy into it.
Oh, okay. What position did you play in high school?
Football. Defensive end.
So you were pretty fast too, or quick?
I was like, for my size, yeah.
Yeah, for like defensive end or an outside linebacker. Can I ask you what do your parents do for a living?
My mom, she's retired now, but she was like a nurse's assistant.
Oh wow.
Dad, he owned before he passed away, he owned a store. He was retired, but he like owned a record shop back in the day.
Oh, cool.
Stuff around the community.
Would you ever like go to work with your dad and hang out there?
By the time like I was born, like the stuff was already going by then.
Oh, okay.
So yeah.
Did he get to enjoy retirement?
Yeah. Just did what typical people, just hang around the house.
Is that what happened? Yeah, I'd like to know what people do.
Stuff. Take me to my football games and stuff like that. So.
Oh, so he was around a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. So when did like wrestling come into the picture?
I always, that was like the first thing I wanted to do was wrestle. Like,
Do you remember
that's the
seeing
first.
it?
I wanted to wrestle before I hated football,
Uh-huh.
and then it flipped like when I was around 8 or 9, and then
Yeah.
I got away from it. I didn't start actually pursuing wrestling until 2017.
Mm-hmm.
Like Billy Gunn got a hold of one of my football, a football highlight tapes.
Oh wow! How does that happen?
Yeah, I just had it on. I think it was through Twitter or something.
Oh, okay, sure.
Yeah, so he got a hold of it. He just messaged me like, he was still the coach at the Performance Center.
Mm-hmm.
Told me I should look into actually training, and he was going to give me a workout with WWE. But
Wow. When you hear this, are you like believe it's real?
Yeah, but it was like we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
He wound up getting fired, but he still passed the information to Gerald Briscoe. So
okay.
I wound up going to House of Truth to get trained, and literally after my first match, I got out the ring. I came to the back to look at my email, and it was WWE, and they offered me a tryout. So literally, I was like one match in. And
oh my God.
So I went down there and had a tryout.
Were you nervous?
Not like for actually like the physical stuff, no.
No.
But I knew at that time, like I probably wasn't ready.
Mm-hmm.
But a couple of matches in, and like
how long had you been training up to that point?
Literally a couple months.
Oh my God. All right, go on.
Yeah, so getting down there, actually being in that environment, it was a blessing in disguise because it made me see what I had to improve and work towards.
Sure.
Stretching and looking up and Shawn Michaels sitting on the ropes, or
was it surreal?
Yeah, it was an amazing experience.
You're one of a very select few to, you know what I mean, to be down there.
Yeah, it was cool. I really cherished that because it gave me something to like. Okay, this is what's at the end of the road, and this is where I'm at, and this is where I need to go.
Yeah, you have a measuring stick then at that point.
Yeah.
Can I ask you? Maybe you can't talk about this. Like, what happens at a tryout?
They just had us do like basic stuff, rolls, just basic stuff. Initially, we had a session, like our warm up session was like 20 minutes.
Oh, jeez.
They put in the email like bring a lot of shirts. I'm like, I'm not gonna need a lot of shirts, and we needed a lot of shirts.
Oh my God.
We warmed up for like 20-25 minutes, and then we got into like basic ring stuff. First day. Then after that session, we did strength and conditioning. The next day was everything we did the first day, but sped up.
Okay.
The third day, they did practice matches and promos. I was I honestly didn't feel comfortable.
Sure.
Doing a match, so we watched the matches. Everybody did a promo, and that was it. We got feedback like a couple weeks later.
Okay.
What to do, what to improve. So.
Were you nervous in that time period? Or anxious?
Not only thing that I was kind of anxious about was the promos because at that particular time, I wasn't that good at it.
Was that part of Is that like part of training too, like learning how to do that?
We worked.
I mean, it had only been a few months, but.
Yeah, well, we had like a day where Truth Martini talked to us, and he told us like, if you're doing this, you're gonna need to talk. This is why. This is what they look for. So it was like we had a day on it, but I knew it was going to have to happen.
Yeah.
So, but when it did, I was like really nervous, but I got it out. I got my point across. That's something I've been working on ever since that day.
Now, before you started training, did you know of independent wrestling?
Very little.
Okay. And again, prior to training, had you ever been in a wrestling ring before?
Nope.
Was that I don't think strange is surreal, I guess, getting into a ring for the first time?
Or
it's like you don't think about it, you're going to work?
I didn't think of it. I didn't think about it. Like I'm an athlete, so
yeah.
Just say anything. But
and so, at any point in high school, did you have the idea that I'm going to wrestle after high school, or were you like, I'm going to go to college?
No, I thought I was going to go to the NFL. To be honest with you.
Oh, really?
That's where my mind was. Like,
wow.
Wrestling was the furthest thing. I won't say the furthest thing from my mind, but
football is more tangible.
Yeah, I was just like, all right. I got really good at football. Better from college. I was like, all right, I'm going to the NFL. And then when I got to college, it didn't work out that way.
Yeah.
Right, like I got picked up initially by the Canadian team.
Oh, wow.
But I wound up getting hurt. Then I was going to play arena ball. It was just, I think it was everything telling me.
Yeah, someone's telling you that.
Yeah, so.
Was it fun being recruited out of high school?
For me, it was because where I grew up and the household, just making it out of the city, it was like very exciting. Like making my family proud.
I imagine, geez. And you got a scholarship?
I was going to. Initially, I was going to go to Notre Dame.
Oh my God! Wow.
That fell through. I wound up going to Northern Michigan, and I was going to transfer to Michigan State.
Okay.
The issues arise, so I wound up having to go back home. So that was the end of it. Like that was like a lot of stuff played into me not going pro.
And are you at this point? Are your parents still like supportive of you, like whatever you want to do type thing?
Yeah, they definitely are. Like when my dad was alive, like he was like really excited that I actually started pursuing it. Like my mom had somebody like they like do like fan posters to somebody. Posters with my face on it. So that somebody made an action figure out of me. It's like she gets all that stuff. I'll just give it to her. She keeps it. She puts everything.
Oh, that's awesome! Your museum, your one-day museum.
Yeah.
So all your artifacts.
She has all my like football trophies, all that stuff.
That's awesome. Yeah. But I mean, you know what? That's good because like one day you'd be grateful for that.
Yeah.
She kept all that stuff. So. It wasn't until like you decided you weren't going to continue on in football. Is that when you start thinking about wrestling, or was there something else?
Honestly, yeah. Like I was prepping for a bodybuilding show.
Okay.
Like literally, I was in the middle of a prep for a bodybuilding show, and I just rolled by House of Truth, and I just emailed him, and he's just like, just come here this day. And I literally stopped prep for a bodybuilding show and started training.
Wow.
And
did you know what to train for?
No, I didn't. They just told me to come there, and I was around like 255.
Okay.
And they'd shown me everything to do. And like that's why I was like, oh shit! I wanted to drop weight because of cardio, but like I went that day. I went to every practice, sometimes 2 days, just to try to catch up. Like I think I missed a week.
Okay.
But I loved it the first day I went in there. I loved doing it, and I wish I would have did it prior.
Yeah.
Um,
Was so your cardio was training what you expected it to be, or was it something that you couldn't even imagine prior?
I kind of didn't know what to expect, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think it was going to be a problem because, again, I have a athletic background, so I figure I can adjust to it. I guess me being at that size at that particular time, I wasn't prepared for all the cardio type drills that we were doing.
Okay.
It took a couple. Well, I probably took that first week of me adjusting to, okay, this is what to expect. This is what I need to do. After the first week and a half, I was okay.
Did you, when you started training, were there other people starting for the first time as well? Did any of them drop off along the way?
My class, but they had 2 classes. They had one during the day, one at night.
Oh, okay.
Classes, pretty much everybody finished except for a couple people, I want to say. But out of that class, only me and it's a guy named Kevin Calloway.
Yeah.
We're the only ones that I know of that's still actively wrestling.
Oh, wow. That's amazing. Yeah. How long before your first match after your day one of training?
We trained at House of Truth for, I want to say, 3 months.
And how often do you go in that 3 months?
I can't even remember. I think it was 4 days a week.
Okay.
3 months.
Is it expensive?
Yeah.
Okay.
At that time, yeah, because that was one of the holdups. When they shot the price, I was like, but I didn't want to keep putting it off.
Yeah.
So I just went through and did it, and they, worked something out with me. It got taken care of, but yeah, for me at that time, it was this is kind of hitting the pockets.
So, did someone tell you that you were ready for your first match, or did you ask, can I have my first match?
After, the last training session, they did there's a promotion around called Pro Wrestling All Stars.
Yeah.
They arranged for us to have our first match there.
Oh, cool.
So, the ones that they felt were ready, they let us have our match. So I think 4 of us.
Okay.
Maybe it was 4 of us, I believe. It might have been 5 out of both classes that actually had their first matches.
Oh, wow! It was all 5 men in the ring.
No, it was different matches.
Oh, okay. I thought it was a scramble.
I think I wrestled one up. I wound up wrestling twice that night, and I wrestled one of the people that I trained with. So.
How long did they give you for your matches?
My first match, it might have been about 5 or 6 minutes.
And when you're walking out for the first time, do you hear the fans at all, or are you just?
Yeah, I heard everything.
Were you nervous before walking out?
I was nervous until I went through the curtain.
Okay.
Then it was just all right. It's pretty much let's say everything gets blocked out and my goes on what I need to do.
Have you watched this match since?
Honestly, I have never seen my first match.
On purpose?
Huh?
On purpose? You haven't seen it, or?
I could never get the footage for it.
How do you think it went? When you left the ring, how did you think your first match went?
I thought it went good because I had multiple people was well, how long have you been working? And I was it was my first match. They didn't think it was my first match. So I took it as it went better than I thought it was.
That's probably exactly what you want to hear, saying Oh, you're looking, you seem natural at this, but is it hard to do you watch wrestling on TV anymore?
Yes.
And are you a fan of it? Can you watch it as a fan, or are you watching it like for technical stuff?
Yeah. It depends on what I'm watching. Yeah, it depends on what I'm watching it for. I can watch it, but it's more so there are specific people that like I'll watch a pay-per-view. There are specific people that I'll just watch just to watch the match.
Okay.
And then when certain ones come on that I'm looking to see certain things that they do and that they don't do, I'm watching study. And then I'll just go watch it over and over again.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So you put in like a lot of like tape study.
Yeah.
Did you learn that from football?
Yeah. Like I'll be doing cardio. I'm on a bike, and I'll pull up a match and I'll just watch stuff, and that just gets me through cardio. Or
nice.
Yeah, I'll in the middle of workouts, I'll find a match, I'll look at it, I'll just watch, see something, rewind it, watch. So.
Oh my gosh, is there a particular like go-to match you like to watch?
Not really. Like I take things from as many people as that I feel I can learn anything from anybody. So yeah, I don't have a certain match to go to.
So you just try and cast a wide net, a little of everything.
Yeah.
Have you traveled to the East Coast or West Coast to wrestle? Or is that something you want to do?
I've been down south. I wrestled in Texas. I'll be in Vegas in November.
Oh wow. That'll be crazy.
Oh, I'll be in New Jersey. I'm waiting on dates, like the New Jersey area next year.
Oh, okay.
I've been basically Midwest for the most part for the last year or so.
Do you generally travel around with the same people?
Yeah, pretty much.
Are those times fun?
Yeah, because I just like to be around people that like had the same passion for it as me.
Sure.
That we can bounce stuff off around. So it's
is there like a ton of like when you guys are in like a car or something? Is it all wrestling that you're talking? Like business?
It pretty much depends on who's in the car.
Okay.
If like I'm in the faction DTA, so we can talk about wrestling or we just joke around. For my wife, we talk about every and anything. So it's just because she's a worker too. Like we can go over her match or go over my match, or we just talk about stuff going around or anything. Pretty much just depends on who I'm in the car with.
Do you like, I know it's been 2017 that was your first match and that's when you started training. Do you consider yourself a veteran at this point? No. Like, do you feel comfortable in the ring completely?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, that you do.
Yeah.
And this is the other thing. If you could right now be champion of whatever promotion you want, or be starting outside linebacker on the Lions or a good team, not the Lions. would you go with your original passion, or are you like hooked into wrestling?
I'm into wrestling. Like those days are football. Like experiencing both of them. Wrestling like is a more natural fit for me.
Oh wow.
Than football was.
And like so, all those things of not like working out like in football got you here. So that's pretty amazing.
That's how I look at it. Like everything happens for a reason. And
sure.
Like,
what's the best part of being a wrestler? I imagine there's like tons of stuff, but
now being able to control people's, like going into the ring and be able to tell a story that controls people's. If I can get people invested in what I'm doing in there, and I can get your full attention and get you like emotionally invested in what I'm doing, and you're hooked, that's the best feeling ever.
Yeah, then you did your job well.
Yeah.
I know this is going to be maybe a hard question to pinpoint, but do you have like one match that you like, all right, this was my best match? Or this really showed everything I have?
Two of them.
Okay.
One, with Shogun Jackson Stone. He won Impact, the gut check contest.
Yep.
We had a match 1-on-1. I want to say 2019. Like that's where I feel everything clicked. Like where we got the fans like really invested in there.
Yeah, yeah.
And then early this year, I think it was February in Texas with Gino Medina.
Oh wow!
Like performer wise,
mm-hmm.
everything clicked for me there.
Like, and could you tell the fans were into it?
Yeah, like fan interaction, my pacing in the ring, why I was doing stuff, like everything just flowed naturally. Everything clicked. Like I really love that match.
And is it a good feeling having like people like cheer for you or boo you?
As long as they react.
Yeah. Then
now as long as I can get somebody get you to react, I don't care what you do.
Yeah, yeah. Is the Pro Wrestling Illustrated top the 500 list?
Mm-hmm.
Is this something that you were like aware of during the year and like it was a goal, or is just like random, like someone told you that you're number 309?
It was a goal, like, cause I made it last year too.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like, all right, cool. It made me want to work harder because it was like, okay, now people are noticing, and even before getting into wrestling, like I was aware of the top 500 list, and to be on it, it means a lot. But it just gives me more motivation to keep working because it's like this year I moved up to 309. I was like, okay, if you think I'm 309, so next year I should be higher than this. So
let me ask you, the first thing, do you look at the 20 people who came before you or the 20 people who came after you?
Both.
Like saying, okay. Have you bought like 100 copies between last year and this year? No, do you any? Because mine came in the mail like a week ago. I'm not on the list. Spoiler alert.
That's a shame.
Yeah, because my muscles go down when I flex.
Yeah, I bought like probably 2, and I'll just take one and like cut the page and.
Yeah. Do you give one your mom for the archive? Yeah, nice. For the one-day museum. So are you like, can you step out and be proud of yourself? Like step out of your wrestler skin and like be like, wow, I'm a pro wrestler.
Yeah, I do. I just think everybody should take a moment to actually stop and enjoy and appreciate what you're doing. You can't just have tunnel vision on what you're trying to do. You'll get lost in it, and then the whole road to wherever you're trying to get to, have to enjoy it at some time or whatever. Because you'll get there or you won't get there, and it's like, damn, like what am I doing? Why well, I forgot about this. I forgot I did this, or I wish I would have did this. I don't want to be that person. So every now and then it's like, all right, cool. I did this. It's cool. Yeah. Suck it in for a minute, and then it's back to work.
Yeah, because even 500 wrestlers out of how many total wrestlers there are in the world, you're on. It's like a fraction of a fraction. That's what I was telling my son about. The significance of 309 out of 500, and I was like, baseball players, even like the 25th man on the roster, like who maybe hits 189, is an amazing baseball player. Better than anyone else in the world. So yeah, you should be really proud of yourself. Is wrestling causing issues for you in your outside of wrestling life?
Nah.
No?
Like everything flows around it basically. So issues. Like I say, my wife is a worker.
Okay.
she knows full hand how it is. So any issues with it.
And how did you guys meet, if you don't mind me asking?
At a show.
At a show? Wow.
We were both booked on a show in Detroit.
Okay.
In August of 2019. Like, we met there, and we've been in contact ever since.
And was she from the Detroit area?
Nah, she's from Cleveland.
Oh, wow.
She's from Cleveland.
So did you win and she moved to Detroit?
Nah, not yet. I was trying to talk her into it, but nah. Like, meeting in the middle.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's fair enough. So do you guys ever practice on each other? Like if you think of a move, like practice, can you do that? Use her as a practice dummy and vice versa?
Yeah, we'll be watching TV. And I'm like, good idea, come here. And she'd be like, okay. Or, I start going down to her. She trained at AIW, so I go down there to train. So we go down there, try stuff on each other or other students and stuff like that. So it's beautiful. Is
it fun watching her in the ring?
Yeah, I love Jocelyn Navarro. I love watching her wrestle. And she has I'm really excited for her match Saturday because she wrestles Thunder Rosa.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a big deal.
I don't think it's gonna be live streamed.
Okay. Will that eventually be on IWTV?
It'll probably be the next day, but I'm really looking for it. She really deserves this. And
are you wrestling this weekend at all?
Yeah, I wrestle at ICW. Me and Justin Kyle Friday.
Oh, cool.
A six-man tag match with Tommy Vendetta and Jack Price at Mr. Chainsaw Pro Wrestling Saturday.
Oh, cool. That sounds awesome. All right, I'm going to let you go very soon. May I ask you 5 non-wrestling related yes or no questions?
Go for it.
All you have to do is say yes or no. If you want to elaborate, that's fine.
Okay.
Okay, the first question. Can you tell me what FurryCon is?
I have no idea.
Well, I found out about it, and it's like a convention where people go and wear if you go to Disney World, there's the people in costumes, like someone's Mickey Mouse, they have a big head on. This is a convention where people like to put on furry animal suits and hang out. Really? Hang out just doing anything, but in furry animal suits.
Where is it?
What was that?
Where is it at?
I think they're all over the country. There's FurryCons in every major city. It's kind of scary if you think about it.
Yeah, I'm immediately about to Google and YouTube.
Yeah, it's a little creepy. I'm just going to warn you. Have you ever felt physically intimidated by anyone outside of wrestling since you became an adult?
No.
Okay. Is that a good feeling, walking down the street knowing that you can handle yourself? And do you ever hope someone tries to mess with you?
I used to, but now you get older.
Like in front of your wife,
Yeah, but she
can take care of herself. I imagine.
I'm like, nah. As long as they don't disrespect her or try anything
Sure.
her, I don't care no more.
It's got to be a great feeling. You should wear a cape. Okay, for $3.4 million, would you have one finger removed?
Yes.
Okay. Have you ever had to remove a leech from your body?
No.
Okay. And finally, besides vampires, do you have any friends who have fangs?
I don't think so.
All right.
Now I'm about to just be paying attention to people. I'm about to look at people's mouths this week.
Yeah. Well, a dog would have been an acceptable answer as well.
It's 2021. There's a lot of people doing with their body.
Yeah. Have you ever seen those people who split their tongue so it looks like a snake's tongue?
Yeah,
that's disgusting.
Body with that before.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
it's hard to look at.
I went to go. I can't remember which tattoo it was. I think it was this one.
Okay.
and I think one of the people that worked there, tongue was like that.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
It's so creepy. Like, I can't imagine what it'd be like to drink a milkshake. But that's a different episode. Isaiah, thank you so much for coming on. I really enjoyed talking to you. So you're wrestling this weekend. Anything else? Anything else down the road that you have booked? You're Vegas, you said?
On October 15th, Paradigm Wrestling. It's a double show. I'll be one of, I don't know how many fights on there, but I'm defending the championship at Paradigm Wrestling against Matt Mikowski. He's
nice.
Experienced. Yeah, you know who he is.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, so me and him, for those who don't, experienced, exceptional wrestler, MMA fighter. So I'm really looking forward to that one. There's a couple more dates coming. Oh, November 6th, I'll be in Georgia for All-Star Wrestling. I don't know who I'm wrestling yet. They have a show on the 2nd, so I'll know next.
Yeah, someone's in trouble then, I guess, that weekend.
I'll be around. You'll be seeing me around the country.
Awesome. Oh, I have one more question before I let you go. Just for if you never made like AEW or WWE, would you be fine with that? I mean, I know that's the big goal, but you have a lot of success on the indies. Would you be satisfied with that?
If you asked me that 4 years ago, I would have said no. But today, depending on what's done, like career-wise, I would be okay with that. If I can like help teach others or be like a standard bearer around that, I would be cool with that.
Well, at the end of the day, even if you obtain nothing, you got a wife out of wrestling, so that's pretty good. Do you have children?
Yeah, I have one son.
Oh, nice. How old?
10. Yeah, he's employment. So if anybody wants to hire a 10-year-old,
I'll trade you an 11-year-old and an 8-year-old for. We'll talk about that off air. Has he seen you wrestle?
No, he has autism.
Oh, okay.
I'm kind of fearful for him being in that setting because
too much stimulation.
And then him seeing me in any type of trouble. I don't think he would handle it well right now. So I'm gonna try to ease him into it by looking at it on like IWTV response, and maybe down the road get him to come to like an actual show or something.
Yeah. Maybe we can understand it a little bit. That you're not getting hurt, at all. Okay. Well, you know what? It's I wish him the best. Is he a happy little guy?
Yeah, he's hooked on like Super Mario.
Oh my Jesus Christ! I try and lose the Switch all the time, and all our remotes. I hope that they smash them into the ground. I never yell at them because I know if they break.
Man, it's Mario on YouTube, man. Mario on YouTube. That's all.
Yeah. Oh my gosh! Does he ever watch YouTube videos of kids?
Yes.
Watching YouTube videos.
He'll stop playing his game to watch other people play the game.
Yes, it's so weird. Like, he never had that.
Like, dude, you have the game. It's right. Yes. Like, you can do what you're watching.
And my kids are like fixed, they're like eating their cereal and just fixated on it. Like, I don't know. The kids are, they don't have textbooks anymore. Like my kids have, like, they're given laptops or iPads. Like, crazy. All right. So
not just him now. So
yeah. All right, Isaiah, thank you again. I wish you well, and I hope you stay healthy and safe, and hopefully we can talk again.
Thank you. I appreciate it, and I'm praying that your son recovers as fast as possible.
Thank you so much. I really actually appreciate that.
I'll be checking on you guys.
All right, Isaiah, take care.
All right.
Goodbye.